Kardashian and her sister named in Maxwell victim complaint in the files.
Wait, what?
I understand that she enjoys a close relationship with Kardashian sisters, spelt right this time, who helped her use my identity.
The Kardashian sisters, Ghislaine Maxwell, identity theft, surrogacy exploitation. But here's what nobody is connecting. What if the Kardashians weren't just connected to Epstein's circle? What if they were handlers? What if Kris Jenner pimped her own daughters to build an empire? And what if Joe Rogan just exposed the whole damn thing? Buckle up, because what you're about to hear will shatter everything you thought you knew about America's most famous family. The Kardashians didn't just stumble into fame. They didn't just get lucky with a tape and a reality show. No. According to explosive new allegations and connections that are finally surfacing, the Kardashian-Jenner clan built their empire on something far darker than anyone imagined. We're talking about Epstein Island. We're talking about handlers, recruiters, madams, and we're talking about Kris Jenner allegedly pimping her own daughters to the most powerful and depraved people on the planet. Joe Rogan recently dropped hints that sent shockwaves through the internet. He exposed that the Kardashians were more than just socialites rubbing elbows with the elite. They were handlers at Epstein Island, handlers who recruited, handlers who facilitated, handlers who made connections with big names that catapulted them into billion-dollar deals, brand partnerships, and an unstoppable media machine. And it gets worse. Their obsession with surrogacy, that's not just a modern fertility choice. According to victims in the Epstein files, it's directly tied to Ghislaine Maxwell, the same Ghislaine Maxwell who allegedly maintained a close relationship with the Kardashian sisters. Let me break this down for you piece by piece because this rabbit hole goes deep.
A victim complaint submitted in the case tied to Ghislaine Maxwell, and in the case tied to Ghislaine Maxwell alleges connections between Maxwell and members of the Kardashian clan/family.
So here's where it starts. The Epstein files, thousands of pages, names everywhere, politicians, CEOs, celebrities, and buried in those files, the Kardashians. Now, before you think this is just another conspiracy theory, listen to what the actual complaint says.
The complainant claims that Maxwell had a close relationship with the Kardashian sisters, and they assisted in the use of the complainant's identity.
Assisted in the use of the complainant's identity. This isn't vague. This is a victim directly naming the Kardashians in a legal complaint tied to Ghislaine Maxwell. The victim claims that Maxwell and the Kardashian sisters worked together to exploit her identity for financial gain. We're talking about identity theft on a massive scale. Stolen eggs, surrogacy fraud, business deals built on stolen identities.
Filing refers to rumors of the complainant's eggs being used for pregnancies, suggesting possible fertility or surrogacy exploitation.
Eggs, pregnancies, surrogacy exploitation. Now, if you followed the Kardashians at all, you know they're obsessed with surrogates. Kim used surrogates for 2 of her kids. Khloe used a surrogate for Tatum. They talk about it openly, like it's just a normal rich person thing. But what if it's not normal? What if their surrogacy tradition is tied directly to Maxwell's trafficking operation? $600 million. That's the deal that made Kylie Jenner the youngest self-made billionaire. But here's the kicker. That same $600 million keeps popping up in connection to Lou Taylor, Britney Spears' shady business manager, and now in the Epstein files. The victim in this complaint directly references that $600 million cosmetics deal as part of the fraud. She claims her identity and her funds were used to promote Kardashian business ventures. So let me ask you this. Did Kylie Jenner really build a billion-dollar empire selling lip kits? Or was that money laundered through stolen identities and dark connections to Epstein's network? Now, here's where Joe Rogan comes in. Rogan has been known to drop truth bombs on his podcast, and recently he exposed something that ties directly into all of this. He said the Kardashians were handlers at Epstein Island. Not just guests, not just socialites taking a vacation. Handlers. What does that mean? It means they recruited, they facilitated, they made connections between victims and powerful men. They greased the wheels of the operation, and in exchange, they got access. Access to billionaires, access to political power, access to brand deals, television networks, and the kind of fame that money can't buy. Think about it. How did Kim Kardashian go from a Paris Hilton stylist to a billionaire mogul? How did Kylie go from a teenager on a reality show to a cosmetics tycoon worth hundreds of millions? How did Khloe, Kourtney, and Kendall all become household names with massive business empires?
The Kardashians are incredibly powerful, and they like to surround themselves with powerful people, whether they're famous and rich like they are, or they have political power. Kim and Kris know these people really well.
They know these people really well, not just socially, not just at parties. They know them because they were part of the operation. They were on the island, they made the connections, and those connections paid off in ways most people can't even imagine. Joe Rogan didn't just stumble onto this. He's connected to enough people in Hollywood and the elite circles to know what's really going on. And when he says the Kardashians were handlers, you better believe there's weight behind that claim. Let's talk about Kris Jenner, the momager, the mastermind behind the Kardashian empire. But what if she's not just a savvy businesswoman? What if she's a pimp? What if she literally offered her daughters to powerful men in exchange for money, fame, and business deals? Look at the pattern. Kim's sex tape with Ray J leaked at the perfect time to launch their reality show. Convenient, right? Khloe dated multiple athletes and celebrities, always at the exact right moment to boost her profile. Kylie dated Tyga when she was underage, then Travis Scott, both moves that kept her in the headlines. Kendall and Kylie both modeled for brands connected to shady figures in the industry. And Kris, she was always there, managing, controlling, profiting. Kanye West, love him or hate him, he was married to Kim. He was inside the family. He saw things, and he didn't just vaguely hint at darkness. He straight up accused Kim Kardashian of trafficking. He said the Kardashians traffic the black children they strategically produce. Strategically produce. Think about that. Kim had 4 kids with Kanye. 2 were born via surrogate. Khloe had 2 kids, 1 via surrogate. Kylie had 2 kids, 1 potentially via surrogate. Kourtney has 3 kids. Rob has 1. That's a lot of kids, a lot of surrogates, a lot of strategic production. Kanye said Kim tried to lock him up like the movie Get Out. For those who don't know, Get Out is about black people being literally harvested and controlled by wealthy white families. Kanye didn't choose that reference by accident. He was trying to tell us something. And what did he cry about? Saving his daughter's life. North, his eldest, the one he keeps fighting to see. Why would North need saving? What was happening to her that made Kanye so desperate?
I understand that she enjoys a close relationship with Kardashian sisters, spelt right this time, who helped her use my identity, and there are rumors of using my eggs for conceiving.
Here's where it gets truly disturbing. The victim in the Epstein files claims that Ghislaine Maxwell and the Kardashian sisters used her eggs for surrogacy, without her consent, without her knowledge. They literally stole her genetic material and used it to conceive children. Now, think about the Kardashian surrogacy timeline. Kim announced her first surrogate pregnancy in 2017. Khloe announced hers in 2022. These aren't just random choices. According to the victim, this has been going on since at least the early 2000s. Ghislaine Maxwell was arrested in 2020. Epstein died in 2019. The timeline matches.
I was told the Kardashian sisters, Kim and all the rest, use my name and funds to promote their businesses. I don't have the documents to back this claim. Therefore, I'm leaving this to the law investigation.
The victim claims the Kardashians used her name and her funds to promote their businesses. That means every brand deal, every product launch, every self-made empire could have been built on stolen money and stolen identities. And here's the thing. She admits she doesn't have all the documents, because that's how these operations work. They bury the evidence, they hide the money trails, they make it impossible to prove. But the dots are there, you just have to connect them.
Few ways of human trafficking that I'm a victim of Epstein. I was told that the Kardashian sisters, Kim and the rest, used my name and funds to promote their businesses.
Human trafficking, not just sex trafficking, identity trafficking, financial trafficking, egg trafficking, surrogacy trafficking. This is a multi-layered operation, and the Kardashians are right in the middle of it.
This federal RICO though, on KK and Kris. Ooh, the federal RICO I'm about to drop on Kris and Kim is about to be crazy.
Ray J, the man who made the sex tape with Kim that launched her career, the man who was inside the family's inner circle, and now he's threatening to expose them with a federal RICO case. RICO stands for Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. It's used to prosecute organized crime, mobs, cartels, trafficking rings, and Ray J is saying Kim and Kris are involved in something that warrants a RICO investigation.
If anybody know Kim and cool with Kim, they need to tell her now. The rain is coming, the feds is coming. Hey, Ray! The feds is coming. It's nothing I can do about it.
The rain is coming. The feds are coming. Ray J is saying he has evidence. Evidence so damning that it's going to bring down the Kardashian empire. And then he says this.
It's worse than Diddy.
Worse than Diddy. Diddy, who's currently facing his own trafficking and racketeering charges. Diddy, who allegedly ran a decades-long operation exploiting women and minors. Ray J is saying what the Kardashians are involved in is worse than that. What could possibly be worse than Diddy unless it involves more people, more money, more powerful connections, more victims, and more cover-ups? Lou Taylor. If you don't know who she is, let me educate you. She's a business manager who represented Britney Spears during her conservatorship, the same conservatorship that trapped Britney for 13 years and drained her fortune. Lou Taylor also manages the Kardashians, and Diddy, and Justin Bieber at one point, until he fired her. See the pattern? Lou Taylor is connected to every major scandal involving financial exploitation, control, and trafficking allegations. And that $600 million Kylie Jenner deal, it runs through Lou Taylor's network.
Another person noted that $600 million was stolen from Britney Spears. straight to Kylie, Kris calls the shots of their business.
Stolen from Britney Spears, straight to Kylie, with Kris Jenner calling the shots. This isn't just a conspiracy, this is a money laundering operation. Britney's conservatorship money gets funneled through Lou Taylor's trusts, gets cleaned, and then reappears as a cosmetics deal that makes Kylie a billionaire. And who benefits? Kris Jenner, Lou Taylor, the Kardashians, and everyone connected to Epstein's network. So let's go back to Epstein Island, Little St. James, the island where the most powerful men in the world went to commit unspeakable acts. And according to Joe Rogan, the Kardashians were there, not as victims, as handlers. What does a handler do? They recruit, they groom, they facilitate. They make sure the operation runs smoothly, they connect the victims to the predators, they keep everyone happy, and in exchange, they get rewarded. Think about the brands the Kardashians have partnered with. Balenciaga, a brand that literally ran ads featuring children with BDSM gear, and Kim Kardashian defended them. She didn't drop them, she didn't condemn them, she stood by them. Why would Kim defend a brand that sexualizes children unless she's part of a larger network that does the same thing? And it's not just Balenciaga. The Kardashians have connections to every shady figure in Hollywood. Diddy, Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, Lou Taylor, political elites, foreign oligarchs. This isn't a coincidence, this is a network.
Kanye was investigating Kim Kardashian and the rest of the Kardashians after he told us about Diddy. There's a new lawsuit against Kanye West from his former employee who said that he was hired as a director of intelligence.
Kanye didn't just rant on Twitter, he hired a private investigator, someone whose job was to dig into Kim Kardashian and the Kardashian family's alleged connections to trafficking and criminal enterprises. And then he got sued for it. The investigator filed a lawsuit claiming Kanye hired him to investigate the Kardashians for trafficking. Why would Kanye do that unless he had a reason to believe it was true? Unless he saw something, heard something, witnessed something that made him believe his children were in danger.
He said, "I put my life on the line for my children, that North's mother would never let her sell her tape."
Kanye said he put his life on the line for his children. He said Kim would never let North sell her tape. Wait, why is he even thinking about North having a tape? Why is that a concern? Because Kanye knows how the family operates. He knows how Kris Jenner operates. He knows that Kim tape launched their empire, and he's terrified that history will repeat itself with his daughter.
In December 2019, I saw Ghislaine Maxwell in my building, blank, speeding out after getting out of the elevator. I remember her face because she turned around and gave me and my husband, blank, a strong look.
December 2019, right before Ghislaine Maxwell was arrested. The victim claims she saw Maxwell in her building, giving her a threatening look. And then, immediately after, the victim noticed irregularities in her bank accounts. Money missing, identity changes, fraudulent transactions. Ghislaine Maxwell bought a home under an alias, an LLC created specifically to hide her identity, and the victim believes that alias was connected to her stolen identity. The same identity that was allegedly being used by the Kardashians to funnel money and promote their businesses. This is how these operations work. They create shell companies, they use stolen identities, they move money through offshore accounts, they make it impossible to trace. And by the time anyone figures it out, the evidence is buried. Here's something that will give you chills. Northwest, Kim and Kanye's daughter, drew some disturbing pictures when she was younger. Pictures of creatures with big black eyes and long tongues. Most people brushed it off as a kid being weird, but then a survivor of Epstein named Juliet Bryant came forward. Juliet described seeing Epstein shapeshift into a reptilian creature with big black eyes and a long tongue. She drew what she saw, and it matches North's drawings almost exactly. Now, I'm not saying North witnessed something. I'm not saying she was on the island. But what I am saying is that it's suspicious, it's disturbing, and it raises questions about what that child was exposed to. So here's the bottom line. The Kardashians didn't build their empire on talent. They didn't build it on hard work. They built it on connections, dark connections, connections to Epstein, connections to Ghislaine Maxwell, connections to trafficking networks, money laundering operations, and the most powerful predators in the world. Kris Jenner didn't just manage her daughters' careers. She allegedly pimped them. She offered them to powerful men in exchange for access, money, and fame. And those men, they were on Epstein Island. They were part of the network, and the Kardashians were the handlers who made it all possible. Joe Rogan exposed it. Kanye tried to expose it. Ray J is threatening to expose it. And the victims in the Epstein files are naming names. The evidence is there, the dots are connected, and the truth is finally coming out. The question is, will anyone do anything about it? Or will the Kardashians continue to operate in plain sight, protected by their wealth, their connections, and their control over the media? One thing's for sure, the rain is coming, the feds are coming, and the Kardashian empire, it's built on sand. And when the tide comes in, it's all going to wash away. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you believe the Kardashians were handlers at Epstein Island? Do you think Kris Jenner pimped her daughters? Drop your thoughts below. And if you want more deep dives like this, hit that subscribe button, because this story, it's far from over.